Hello, and welcome to Gen Hangout. I am so excited today for a huge, I feel like Donald Trump when I'm huge. You are in for a huge treat today as we talk to Toril Schoepfer. Yes, her last name is Schoepfer, and she provides limo-level service for her clients in a taxi cab world. This is a taxi cab industry of real estate where it's transaction. It's Russian. Maybe a person communicates with you. Maybe they speak English, maybe they don't. Maybe they take you to the end result, drop you off, and zoom off, but not with Toril sells homes, not with Toril sells houses in the Seattle, Washington area. You are getting a chauffeur on your limousine level service. Toril, welcome to the Gen Hangout.
Hey, thanks for inviting me and having me hang out.
So great to have you. Thank you so much. And you represent the Generosity Generation as well as anyone, and I'm excited to have you on today. First of all, tell us where you're from and tell us a little bit about your time.
We're in Sumner, which is just south of Seattle, about 30 miles, kind of the foothills of Mount Rainier. We're really surrounded by, 10 to 20 cities that we work, kind of rural, kind of suburban. Just east of Olympia, and we have gorgeous views. We're in Washington State.
Nice. And you're just south of Seattle.
Yeah, just south, about 30 miles.
Okay. And so for the referrals, we need to send them to South Seattle, kind of your area, yes?
Yeah, South Seattle, Puget Sound.
And what a lot of people don't know is you are the most preferred real estate professional in the Seattle area. And you are averaging 100 to 300 transactions here in the last 5 years, correct?
Yes.
All right. And what percentage of that would you say is referral?
Last year, we had 87% of our business was referral.
87%. So 130, 140 transactions were straight from referral.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, does that include repeat?
Yeah, the past clients, friends, family, people that know and love us, we consider referral.
Okay, fantastic. So, how the heck do you do that, right? I mean, that's the big question, because I think that's what everybody thinks that, well, if you're going to run a referral business, it's going to be, right? You can't do more than 36 transactions by referral. So, what do you think are the one or two broad ingredients or reasons for you developing over 100 referrals a year?
Gosh, my team, I couldn't do anything near what we do for serving our clients and our friends and people that we love and what we call our peeps without the support of the team, and that we live by our core values, and we care. So I gave you 3.
So, but here's the thing, right, is I know a lot of people with teams. I know a lot of people that for the most part. And so there's something more, right? So and I know teams that have quote-unquote core values on the wall, though they probably haven't looked at them ever once. But, so what are your core values? Let's start with that, and then we'll expand, because I think people are really going to want strategies and tactics on this. So first of all, though, is what are your core values?
In our core values, we made up, years ago, and we basically took everything that represents me and what I believe in, and also what encumbers our team and who we are as people, both professionally and personally, and we believe in them. Everything we do, decisions we make, people we hire, business we take is based on these core values. And the first one is integrity. Because absolutely, number one is if you can't do the right thing, you shouldn't do it at all. And another one is stability, because we want people that strive to have their lives stable, both professionally and personally as well, and to have a team and a business that in real estate there's so many different angles and lot of unstableness, and so having stability in real estate is a huge a huge core value for us. We absolutely want to do that. And then to help provide stability to our clients, because they're going through a lot and need to be served according to what their needs are. We always are shooting for a win-win, because we're not trying to have like a win-lose or a lose-lose. Our goal is to have it so all parties can mutually agree and be moving forward towards winning, really. I mean, who doesn't want to win, right? Like that's the goal. We also have persistent, to be relentless in your pursuit for accomplishing the goals.
And you said persistent, not consistent, right?
Yeah, persistent, yeah.
Okay,
persistent,
so persistency is part of the core values for you.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, like just being forward-thinking and being willing to go the extra mile, not giving up, the follow-through and the follow-up, not quitting, really. Optimistic, to having a great attitude no matter what's going on. There's always a bright side. There's always a positive in everything. I believe that in any adversity there's opportunity, and that you should look for how you can learn from it. And so we love our optimistic.
You want to hire people that are so optimistic that if they see a little pile of food, they're thinking they can have money for Christmas.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. So optimism, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going on these core values. Sure, you don't need to reference a piece of paper, or you don't need to look them up on your website. You're doing this memory, Toril. These are internalized, are they not?
Yes, and my team, we all speak the same language. So you'll hear us when we're talking about, hey, is this going to be a win-win? Or our next one is sincere, because obviously in our market we have to be able to tell people what they need to hear and get their permission, because it's not always what they want to hear. And so we talk a lot about being sincere and telling people, really, hey, this is what it's going to take. Almost like we're a doctor. Like if you go somewhere, you want to know exactly, hey, what's it going to take for me to accomplish my goal, or what's going on that will help me get to where I need to go. And that's our job. And if we can't be sincere, we shouldn't be in the business. I don't believe. And then one of my favorite ones is, because I love to have fun, and if I was not having fun, I wouldn't want to be doing it. So we actually recently added that to our list of core values, because we have them all over our office. They're in our presentations. They're on our website. I mean, you name it, we talk about them at our team huddles. But we want to have fun, and one of my favorite slogans, I guess you'd say, is like, you work hard so you can play harder. And that's what it's about.
Yeah. So are those all your core values?
Yes.
Okay. So if you had to give them up, right? If you had to give up all of them but one to start your team and start your business over again, what's going to be the foundational value?
Integrity. 100%.
Integrity. And integrity is, what's your definition of integrity?
Doing the right thing, even when no one's watching. That if there needs to be a line that's crossed, you don't cross it. If someone else to put a deal together, nothing is worth it at the end of the day to lose your integrity. That's your reputation. It's everything.
Has there ever been a time where a client or a situation or maybe even a team member has challenged that integrity as a core value, or has there ever been a time where it's like, holy cow, we have a choice to make, right? Mm-hmm. Been a situation like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's life, right? Like there's things all the time that happen. I actually had personally had done a price reduction. I got an email from one of our clients that was a referral, and had read the email on my phone, which phones are hard to read, that appeared to say, hey, make my price adjustment, and we went full forward with a huge price improvement plan and got an offer. And then later she said, well, gosh, I didn't actually approve that price change, but she wanted to sell her property. And so I said, hey, no malice here. We absolutely made that change without your permission, and we took 0 commission, because it accomplished the client's goal, and we have her still as a fan. But I didn't do the right thing. Like I read it wrong, I owned it, and we move forward.
Wow. I'll tell you, out of all the examples you could have used, that's a pretty, that shows who you are, right? I have to give you a fist bump. Today's Fist Bump Friday, so we got fist bump. Fist bump. So fist bump for integrity.
Yes.
So let's go into some specific strategies. I mean, so you're getting a lot of business from what some people would call a database or a community, where the people you know, past clients, and the people they know. So what are some ways that you cultivate referrals?
Well, we've recently started doing more appreciation events, but I've been doing this, gosh, about 18 years now, and it took me till my 10th year. We had a 10-year anniversary party, and I don't know why, because I'm social and I love people, and I've always really mostly, like, our business has mostly been referral. I just didn't track it as well as the last few years, and what you focus on expands, and so I think that is part of the business that we've done, and getting the referrals that we get is just creating those relationships and always doing the right thing and going the extra mile and just caring, that they come back. And for years I actually had done a lot of advertising with billboards and a fleet of cars and 5,000 to 10,000 postcards a month and a lot of different things. And I think I thought it was easier to have my face in front of them, like in print or on a sign.
Stay top of mind, right?
Stay top of mind, yeah, top of mind, versus just reaching out to them and inviting them to come by and say hi, or meet for coffee, or any of those things, which are actually more fun. They're more relationship building, but somehow we get trained in this business along the way to be more robotic, and that it needs to be touches versus personalization. And I after you and I met, Michael, you gave me this like aha moment of, hey, I wasn't crazy that I wanted to build relationships, and that it wasn't just about like spending $20,000 a month on marketing. It's about who do you know, and who do you know that they know, and having relationships there.
Yeah. And you're a relationship builder. You definitely are. And honestly, a lot of the people that are hanging out with us on this Generosity Generation Hangout are relationship builders. And having found that it's the big doors swing on small hinges, right? It seems to be the little things that pull the referrals towards you, right? So, what are some of the little things that really seem to matter to your clientele or your database? Have there been some little things that just, I wasn't doing that before, but now I'm doing it, and it seemed to be making a difference?
Yeah, I mean, just recently we coached together, Michael, and we did the I Love You latte, which is so easy and so fun, and paying it forward on steroids. Just waking up every day and thinking, who can I serve today? Who needs my help, and creating an event around it. So what we did is we scheduled an event at a local Starbucks, and we have our list of our favorite peeps of everyone that we know and love that are our ambassadors, as you would call it, and
That's right.
we invited them over to have a drink or coffee on us on a Friday, and just for fun, like, hey, it's Friday, we're paying it forward on steroids, we'd love to see you for a quick minute and give you a high five or a fist pump on a Friday. And we had over 75 people come by just that we know and love, and it was so fun. Like, it was just a neat event, and then we actually from there invited them to another event. And so
you're kicking butt with events, right? So what you're seeing is that the one little ingredient that has made maybe the biggest difference are these client appreciation parties or client appreciation events. Yes.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, and I'm excited about the second half of this interview, because we're going to dive deep into the I Love You latte event, because you've set records. I mean, I've taught that to hundreds of agents, and we've had a lot of people implement it. And at your first one, you blew me away. You blew my I Love You latte away. So I can't wait to get into that a little bit deeper in the second 30 minutes. But I want to kind of talk about the strategy from a helicopter level. Is why do you think that the first 10 years of your business, you never, what I want to do here is I want to incentivize the people who are listening and watching to do a client appreciation, right? Just one, just something. So why do you think the first 10 years you didn't do it?
Gosh, I just didn't make the time. I was so busy working in the business that I didn't take time to work on it. And
there you go.
Now that I've stepped back and I've had more coaching and kind of a PhD in life, when the market crashed, I have a new outlook as being a leader and an owner of a company of, hey, yeah, you're going to be doing, you know, the listings and some of the transactions, but really a large part of your time and focus needs to be on where have you been and where are you going next and what's working and what's not. And I was just running on a wheel. I was throwing money at the wall hoping it would stick. I just failed forward. And really, I'm a prime example of I tried everything and a lot of it worked and a lot of it didn't. And so now we're a lot smarter, faster, stronger in our tracking, in our accountability, in our relationships.
Yeah, wow. I'll give you another hour if we're talking like that, right? So one of those where it's amazing to me to see what's happening to a lot of agents. What happens is the first, they start their business and they get 5 or 6 transactions. They usually get them from their friends, their relative, or their friends refer them to someone. And then they start getting a little bit of money, and they spend it on advertising.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of spending it where they got their business, they spend it trying to get business from somewhere they've never gotten business before.
Yep, that's what I did.
And what I've seen is they just do it over and over and over again. They keep getting the referrals, but they keep investing in stuff that pays back nothing. So I have to tell you, one of the best investments that every single person out, by the way, we have over 50 different professions listening and watching today. Over 50 different professions. So no matter what business you're in, have a client appreciation. And you know, we have this conversation. It's one of those where listen, on these 7 levels of communication, you know, you've got advertising, direct mail, and electronic communication at the bottom. It's the informational zone. Great for informing, confirming, and or updating. But the informational zone, we're in the informational age. So guess what? It's really hard to stand out. So you have to spend a lot of money, or you have to do something really crazy. So we can't stand out there. So let's look at the top 4 levels. We've got handwritten notes, phone calls, events and seminars, and then at the top we have one-on-one meetings. Well, here's the deal. Handwritten notes are great, but it's really hard to maybe generate business through a handwritten note, right? You can change your call. You can follow up and get them and keep the relationship. Right. Then we have events and seminars once. Well, phone calls are the most productive, best use of time for promotion, right? It just is. Call, hang up, call, hang up, call, and they can hear your passion. Well, we have events and seminars. Well, the beauty of events and seminars is we get the impact of one-on-one, the energy of a one-on-one, but it's a one-to-many approach. So it's leveraged. It's one of those where you have an opportunity to touch a lot of people in a little bit of time. And here's the other thing. They're coming to you. Right? So it's an attractive approach to business, which you want business coming to you, people coming to you, versus you chasing business. So I encourage everybody, listen, it's the power of one, O-N-E, orchestrated networking events. Oral is a living and breathing warrior princess of this philosophy. She really is the warrior princess. Warrior. You're not a princess anymore. You got married. It's not even Toril Schoepfer anymore. It's Toril Schoepfer White. And I want every single one of you that are listening to this to think about that for a second. She was chauffeur limo service, and guess what? Now she's chauffeur white. We're talking white glove treatment. We are trying the ultimate in white glove treatment and chauffeur level service, and that's how she continues. So what we're going to do in this next segment is we're going to dive deep into one specific orchestrated networking event that Toril has set records already with her first. Think about that. And we're going to dive into I Love You a Latte. Toril, I Love You a Latte. Will you hang out with us another 30 minutes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So I love you a lot. I do. No, really, I do. Don't tell John, but I love you a lot. What the heck is that?
It's paying it forward on steroids.
Paying it forward on steroids. Not a girl. So paying it forward is generosity.
Generosity.
Right? Generosity paid forward on steroids. Me and Josh Smith doing push-ups. Some of the people that were on here, they've seen that hangout from a few months ago. And technically, I think I beat Josh Smith in a push-up game. But unfortunately, our viral marketing guy thought the other guy won. So we have a rematch coming up where it was either him or Floyd Merriweather, and it's going to have to be Josh Smith. So what is that?
It's inviting the people that you know and love, your top 50, your top 100, however many top you have, your ambassadors. What I do? I invited over 100. Because my husband and I, we both are in the business, and so he has some people that he knows and loves that know me too, but then I have a lot of people that I know and love, and so we did a collaboration of the two. And so we invited, I would say it was closer to between 100 and 125 people. And we started actually calling them. And I got a lot of voicemails. And we also started inviting them by these little note cards that said, hey, will you come by and visit us? And it was a personal invite. Hey, I'm having I Love You a Latte event. It's on a Friday, 4 to 6. Come by. The drink's on me. Bring the kids. Just swing in, say hi, and happy Friday. That's, it's a simple event. And I did a lot of texting and messaging through Facebook because a lot of my friends, they respond by text real well. But what I did is I made sure it was personal, because one of my friends that's bought a house from us recently, I will have barbecues, or we tend to be more social with our events and stuff, and I would do group texts that just would say, hey, you're invited to the barbecue, let us know if you're a go or a no. And it wasn't personal, and not that everyone needs to be invited, but it's better to have hey, Nicole, would you consider coming by from 4 to 6? We're hosting an event. You're one of my very favorite peeps, and I love you a latte, so would you come by Friday and have a coffee with us? And can I count on you to come by? And then they would respond back, because it was personal to them. They didn't know how many people I was inviting. They didn't know anything besides that, hey, I care about you, and I want you to come by and say hi to me.
And that just shows how influential you are, right? And that's where we want to be, right? It is, so did you do a postcard invite?
I didn't do any mailing.
So you just did phone calls and text messages?
And then Facebook messages.
And Facebook messages, okay.
Personal.
So far that equals free plus free plus free, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So I like that.
Me too.
So I want. What did you feel like you got the best response from between the phone call, the text messages, and the Facebook messages? Who showed up? What percentage out of those?
The text messages. They worked. Yeah, and I made them each. I cut and paste the body of it, but I would say I would make them specific to the person. So if it was to the, like, if I had her, like both her and her husband, I wanted them to come and the kids, I would say, hey, you know, Nicole, John, and the kids, you know, or I would make it personal so it didn't sound like it was at all cut and pasted. And I would usually reference something in that was like, I know you're, you know, off on Fridays, or you know what I mean, or something like that. So it was more, so it was just personal. Like it was, hey, it's you and me, and can you come by? Not just you're one of these many people.
I love it because here's the thing, right? Is that you have just eliminated every single excuse from every single person who is watching or listening to this about all the planning, right?
No.
Because it doesn't necessarily have to take any planning. Somebody right after this could text 10 of their friends and say, I'm going to the Starbucks at the corner of Glenwood and 19. Hey, come on by, I'll buy you a coffee.
Yeah. And you know, I'm so last minute. That's the hilarious part is I'm so very last minute that my team, I think I drive on bonkers a little bit, but I text, Jenny's like, helps me with my client care and my referral management. And she's kept saying, Toril, you know, you got to make these calls. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. And so I text them about 5 to 7 days before the event. And then I sent a reminder. And then on the day of the event, I said, hey, I hope to see you. And so it wasn't long.
Text?
What? It was text.
Was the reminder a text?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay,
and it was
so
a personal
5 to 7 before, day of.
Yep, and it was still personal though. The reminder was still personal because when it's not personal, you know, like when you get like a blast email, you know it's a blast email, versus if you get a blast text, like you tend not to respond to those. But if you have a personal text saying, hey, then you respond.
Yeah.
That's how we are.
So you were far more proactive with this event than just like what I just said, right? You were far more proactive than, hey, I'm going to be at the Starbucks. So how long in plan your I Love You Love It?
I had it planned a month in advance, and we talked to the Starbucks and let them know what we expected and who we were going to invite, kind of our goal amount of people that we thought we'd bring in, so we could make sure they had enough staff, and work out how we were going to pay for the drinks. And
how did the Starbucks respond? Were they like, no way, you can't do that. Please do not bring 30 to 75 people to my... No, they didn't do that.
No, they were pumped. They were so excited. They wanted to make sure that they could accommodate us and what they needed to staff up with. And they actually had the idea of us buying 2 gift cards for both registers, and that each person that came by, they would just use the gift card as part of the event, because I wanted to make sure to pay for everyone that came through, and that I wasn't wearing any logo gear. Like there was nothing marketing about it. It wasn't anything about real estate. It wasn't anything about business. It was literally, we're meeting for coffee because I know and love you, and hopefully you know and love me. And if you'll come by and have one with me, that'd be great. That's all. That's what it was.
So here's what's cool. So you've got 50 of your peeps coming. There's 20 to 25 of the peeps who don't even have a clue who the heck you are, and you're buying their coffee.
Yeah.
So what kind of reaction did you get from the 20 to 25 that came in that didn't know TorilSellsHomes.com?
Yeah, well, you know, I think I had 75 of my peeps come by. We had over 75 just of people that we know. And then I think there was like about 50 that came through that we didn't know. But I was kind of working as a host, if you will, and just talking to people as they were coming in, because we knew a lot of the people that were already coming in and just were there. And we had people coming in, and they were getting their drinks, and the people at the front, the servers were just like, hey, you know, the drink's on Toril. She's paying it forward on steroids. And they're like, wow, you know, no one does that. And they're like, well, she does.
You weren't shoving cards in their face?
No. Yeah, no cards.
You didn't have any cards? Oh my gosh, we're missing an opportunity here. This is crazy. No. But actually, that's the whole thing, isn't it?
That's the whole thing. If they asked for a card, I would be happy to give them a card, but I'm not making them take my card, no.
Yeah. It's almost like high school. Yeah, I don't have any card.
Yeah.
So they go, what do you do? you know what? It doesn't matter what I do. What do you do? Let me learn more about you. And they're at the end, they're like, what does she do? I want to know. It's like totally her idea. She has to, you know, they have to hunt you down to figure out what the heck you do. It's like the opposite of what's taught everywhere, right?
It's attraction versus chasing. I love it.
So, what was the total bill?
What? Oh, the total $400.
$400.
$400.
And you touched how many people?
I would say at least 150.
How many?
150.
There were 150 that went to that Starbucks?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's like a little community of its own, 150 people. All right.
We were there 2 hours.
So about $2 a piece, $2.50 a piece, right? That's incredible. I'm going through some mathematics from a marketing perspective right now. It's like, I mean, to teach 150 people for $2.50 a piece, and actually, when you teach them, I mean, you teach them, right?
Mm-hmm. There was some kids, like some people had their kids and their husbands, so as families. But I wanted them to bring their families because I know their kids and they know my kids, and yeah, it was just fun.
Awesome. Jason, do you have something to add? I know you put your stuff off mute. And by the way, I need to tell everybody, Holy Cow Firework is helping us do this. And Jason McMillan is here to help us. And they're the ones coordinating and helping us behind the scenes and moderating. So, Jason?
That's an awesome idea, Toril. Did you see like an increase of people talking to each other that maybe didn't know each other? The Starbucks turned into a little bit of a networking event, if you will, and there's a little buzz around you, even if you're not talking to somebody.
Yeah, they're different, because a lot of our peeps are our very best favorite people, I guess you'd say. They know each other because we're all friends and a tribe, if you will, or a community, and so they're talking to each other, and some of them just would come by and just say hi, and then they go and talk with their friends, or some of them just had to run out and run back, to where they were going, and just got hired. So. And
you mentioned kind of the people you didn't know that came in. Maybe if you were busy talking to somebody else, you definitely had a lot of fans of you that they could ask, hey, who's this Toril that's buying the coffee? So you're really bringing in a group of people that can kind of talk you up and discuss who you are and why you're putting on the event.
Yeah, that wasn't the intention, but they all know what we do and who we are, individually, and they got to meet each other. So I love it when other professionals or people just get to meet other families, and they all thought it was really nice, and it was really fun. Like it went by so fast. The 2 hours just flew by, and you couldn't get more of a neat feeling. Pay it forward on steroids. 150 people for that amount of money anywhere else. Like I don't know how to do it any other way. Like it was really fun.
How often are you looking to do these events?
Our goal is to have at least 3 of these a year, with the lead off into. So we had individual, my husband and I, little invite cards to our next event, which was like a cocktail party, where we actually had like a drawing, and we asked the question, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to refer Toril in the Toril South Houses team? And as part of just an entry form, and there was actually like 3 or 4 questions we could have asked, but I'm kind of shy when it comes to questions, because I think I'm always worried about what people think of me. I don't know why, but I just am. And but I got out of my own way and I asked that question, and it was so fun to see the response. We had about 30 people at that event, and it was on a Wednesday, so I feel like the Friday event was better. And the next one we're going to do is going to be a I Love You latte, and then we're going to do a barbecue event actually at our house, where they can invite their families and stuff. And we'll do also an entry and ask probably the same question. But it was fun to see, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, and what would it take for Toril and her team to be a 10. And then some of them would just say, gosh, I just haven't worked with them in the past, but we love you guys. Or yeah, absolutely a 10. We always tell everyone about you guys. So it kind of just reminds them that, hey, it's okay that you tell your neighbor or your friend about us, because we're awesome and you're awesome and we should all work together.
I love it. And what you're talking about is that Northwise entry form that has been so powerful in the orchestrated networking events is that it's based off a thing called the Net Promoter Score. And everybody that's a member of the Generosity Generation should maybe do a little bit of research out there on this thing called the Net Promoter Score, which is essentially how likely someone would refer you to a friend or colleague, right?
Yeah.
Where we've taken it to the next level is some of the follow-up questions. It's called a cascading effect, to the point where it leads to hopefully referrals, actually physical referrals. Have you used the form once?
We've only used it once, and you're right. We did say, how likely are you to refer, not how likely are you to use. So we did use that. We've only used it once, but I can't wait to use it again because it was some that you thought it would just be all day long a 10 that are like your very best friends, or like a 7 because they had never actually bought and sold with us. So I'm going to be working on how to overcome that to make it a 10, even though they haven't bought real estate with us or sold with us, to get them to a 10. Because our goal is to figure out, to know and love on everyone, obviously, because we want to be serving our community and our families and the people. But the goal is to have these events around people that are your walking billboards, are your ambassadors, are your peeps, because that's how you're going to build it faster, better, stronger.
That triggers such a great thought. Right? How many of the people who are watching want to have an army of ambassadors, an army of unpaid salespeople? Which is more powerful, you door knocking or your clients door knocking for you? Right. Okay. So let me ask you. Everybody that's watching this it's one of those where if you had a farm of unpaid salespeople, do you think that you might want to have a sales meeting or two?
Yeah.
Okay, Toril is showing you she's having a sales meeting every month. I love you a lot every month. The next, it's a happy hour or a barbecue at her house. And then in November, you do our Thanksgiving pie giveaway system, right? Right? And so on and so forth. She is engaging her community at the highest level. And that's producing referrals.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're tracking it very close. We have 93 referrals year to date this year. So our goal is to have 276, which is 23 a month by the end of the year. And we're at about a 70% run rate on that. So we're proud of that.
Wow. That's awesome. In fact, I didn't know that. We haven't talked about that on our coaching calls. I can't wait to get into that. So what's next? What are we going to do next? I love you a lot.
Yeah, we have it set up for the end of this month on the 31st, Friday 4 to 6. And then we have a barbecue at our house on August 22nd from 12 to 4 that we're going to be following up with. And we're not inviting everyone that comes through Starbucks. We don't want necessarily the suspects. I always call them suspects before they're prospects, but the people that we know and love, we're going to invite them.
Okay. What are you going to do differently at this I Love You a Latte that you didn't do at the last one?
I'm going to actually give out the invites to the next thing, because Johnny, my husband, he gave them out, and I forgot because I got so into the moment of talking to everyone that I didn't give out one, like a reminder for the next event. But I followed up with them for it. But
there you go.
I'm going to do that.
But now we built a funnel, right? The first time we did this, we just thought, all right, we'll do it to implement it, and our call to action was a little fuzzy, right? Now we've proactively created your call to action and your funnel, right? Your call to action is your barbecue, yes?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right, so you're basically selling an event to sell an event, right? Yeah. So I love that. What else are you going to do maybe differently in a couple of weeks at your I Love You a Lot time?
What am I going to do differently? I think I'm going to have some of my team members there that beyond just my husband, because some of them have I Love You a Lattes already scheduled, and that way they can be around it, experience it too. Because I really am excited for them to create their own communities within our team, and to be working with people that they know and love. Not just it's the business of Toril. It's everyone's business collaboratively, and if we can all love on the people that we know and love, we all can win.
You know, and something I know because I coach you is, I love this, is that your listing partner, a person who also takes listings on your team, is having her own I Love You Latte, yes?
Yes, with her daughter, because her daughter just got in the business.
Now,
So
here,
awesome.
how cool is it that, I mean, how often have I had people who have teams and they swear, I wish my buyer's agents would do this, or I wish my listing agents would do this. They're just not communicating with their database or whatever. And here is an instance where they saw you implement it, model it, great success with it, and now she's doing it as well.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Awesome.
I mean, I am so excited to see how, and I'm going to go to theirs and support them and anything I can do to help, but it's going to be awesome. I know it. They will rock it.
It's a system.
It's a system. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it. Mm-hmm. So, has Starbucks corporate called you and just said, please, like, implement this around the world?
No, but I would help them do it.
They totally need to. Right.
I was going to ask, are you doing it at the same Starbucks as you did previously, and has that helped you kind of build a relationship with that particular store?
You know, we've only had one so far, but we have one scheduled here in a couple weeks. And what we will do at the same one, because it's only about maybe a half mile from our office, and it's right in the city that we work in, and it's not a drive-through, so everyone has to come inside and visit us. So we love that. My listing partners, hers is going to be, it's only about 2 miles from here. It's up in Lakeland Hills where we also serve, and that's where she lives, and that's where she goes every day to Starbucks. So they all know her, like they're all friends. And hers is also not a drive-through, so it'll be perfect. And then we have buyer team that's just like 4 miles from here in Puyallup that they could do theirs there, and we would just dominate this whole area with the Paying It Forward on steroids.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. So, something I may suggest for the next, are you open to suggesting a little bit? Maybe?
Yeah, I need to learn.
Is I would have a photographer at your next one.
Yes, because I only had one picture then.
Okay, you already got, see, I don't have to give you any, you give me some information, tell me how to run this thing so it blows up big like you. That's awesome.
No, I love that. You know, we did it at the cocktail party, but the only picture we got from the I Love You Latte was one that one of my peeps took of us, and then she posted on Facebook that we were doing the event.
I was going to say Facebook event page was another suggestion maybe that you've already put into place.
No, but she took it and put it on her page and just said, hey, thanks, Toril, for I Love You Latte too. And so,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're going to end up with like sponsors. You're going to have a corporate sponsor. You know, Starbucks is going to call and hire you, and it's going to be, you know, like literally, Toril comes to town. I Love You Latte event. You know, all their grand openings at all the Starbucks are going to be built around this. Oh wait, okay, I tend to dream big. But so how many referrals have you gotten from your event strategy?
You know, I should have pulled that up before we got on the phone, because since that event,
approximately? Yeah.
Because we track it. We're getting, you know, anywhere from a referral or about 3 to 7 a week, depending. And so since that event,
one a day. Who can live on that? I mean, come on.
Yes, that's our goal. You know, our goal is just shy of the 1 a day. We did like kind of business days, but we're not. Next year is probably going to be the 1 a day. But you know, since then we've had at least, I don't know that I can't directly correlation them. I can think of like 5 just off the top of my head that were direct correlation from the event. Some were at the event saying, you know, hey, don't forget that my brother wants to sell his house, and we have their house listed right now, and they're buying a house. You know, they just want to know, you know, what can we do to help you, and we, you know, we're just trying to pay it forward on steroids because we love you, and you know, at the end of the day, if you could do something for us, is most of our business is referral, and we would absolutely love to serve the people that you know and love, and we would do a good job doing that, and they know that. And so it's okay to ask.
You know, I have to tell you, I mean, first of all, don't you just love the name I Love You Latte?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because it forces you to say I love you a latte. You know, it just love is so attractive, and sometimes people have to be forced to say I love you a latte. You know. So what's cool is they started saying things like, "Thank you for inviting me. I love you a latte." You go, "I love you a latte too."
Yeah,
right?
and they did.
I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's a culture and a community that's being created and formed here. What, because we're narrowing down, we've got about 5 minutes left. And also, I haven't told this second segment group of people where you're from and how the heck to refer you, because they need to refer you. So what advice would you give the Generosity Generation when it comes to these orchestrated networking events and client appreciation? What would you say?
Just do it, because a lot of us have to get out of our own way and just be okay with that. If you invite 20 people and 2 show up, hey, there's still going to be 15 to 20 people coming through that Starbucks, and just have fun with it and own it, do it, because the funnest business is the people that already know you, and they know so many people that they would love to tell about you, but sometimes they just don't know that they should. If you're not inviting them to come do things with you, they may think you're too busy. They may not know that you're available to serve them. And some people have said that, that, hey, gosh, my neighborhood sold, but I just thought you were too busy. Well, no, we're never too busy. But if you're taking the time to take time with them, then they know that, hey, she has a life. She's human. She is building her business. She is a good person. She surrounds herself with people like us, and they're awesome. So, why not? Why not, be the resource and the recommended?
And thank you. What were your biggest fears or anxiety going into having the event?
Then maybe I would. Some of our past clients, some of them are such raving fans that they would literally take the sign out of their neighbor's yard if it wasn't mine. Like some of them are true ambassadors, and I know their names, but I invited some that I hadn't maybe stayed in as great of contact with, and I was worried maybe I wouldn't know their name, that I wouldn't remember something, because we didn't have name tags coming into Starbucks, obviously, but there was no problem. I remembered what I needed to. And were there a few that I didn't remember their kid's name or husband? Yeah. But did they know? No, absolutely not. Because we're talkers, but we tend to be people that and can express ourselves even if we don't know everything at the time.
Yeah. I love that. And I'll tell you, that's why I love coaching, right? It's one of those where I've been asked, why do you still one-on-one coach? Right, and this is why, is because we have these fears around doing different things, right? We see the obstacles and the challenges, and the problem is sometimes we kind of keep running into this fear and we back up and go do what we're doing, right? Whereas a coach gives you this support system, right, to fail, right? Just go. I'm kind of like the net of the trapeze artist, and it's just like, hey, go. If you fall, I'll catch you, and we'll go do it again. And I think we had a little bit of that going on early on, and then you just did it and blew it up, right? And I'll tell you, I mean, it's just like, that's a proud papa moment, even though I'm not old enough to be a papa. But it's one of those where I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of your implementation and your do-it mentality, and how much you've just embraced this new approach to business, and so truly soared with it. So
thank you for inspiring me to do it and kicking my butt out of just being behind the scenes and advertising. That's so boring. And thank you for saving me money.
Hey, before we end, I have to, and thank you, right? This love fest has got to end, I swear. But tell people where you're from and how to reach you for all the referrals around the Seattle area, and maybe some of the things that
And I didn't hear the last part of your thing, but I'm from Sumner. We serve south of Seattle, Washington State. We can be reached. You can go to our website, which is Toril, T-O-R-I-L, cells, S-E-L-L-S, houses, H-O-U-S-E-S.com. If you Google Toril, just my name, T-O-R-I-L, I think I'm the second thing that comes up. On besides that, I think there's a country that's Toril, but we're easy to find. I have a unique name. No one else has it in real estate that I know of, but we work and serve the Puget Sound area. And if you need someone up north, I'm happy to tell you who I know up there, so then that way you can get a good connection there too.
Awesome. Toril, fantastic hanging out. It's always great hanging out with you, even though it's not at a Starbucks. I didn't have a coffee. But I can't wait until I get with you again. And you know, they say coffee is for closers, right? That's the old ABC, always be closing, and coffee's for closers. But in this case, you have truly exemplified the new ABC. ABC is always be contributing, and coffee is for contributors. And you had coffees. You had coffees with 150 people all at the same time. And you're definitely a huge contributor. You're adding massive value into people's lives, and my life included. So thank you, and thank you for hanging out with us today on the Gen Hangout.
My pleasure. It's always be carrying too. That would work. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason.